Hello, dear Spit Bucket viewers. Welcome to another edition of the International series. If you can hear some dentist drilling on the video, that's because there's a man in a very scary spacesuit on a yacht next door to Spit Bucket Central. We've asked him to stop, but he's got plenty of money and quite a scary suit on, so he's ignoring us. In the meantime, we're going to taste some wines from India. So, you'll all have heard of India, I hope. Very famous for many things. Wine? Perhaps you didn't know about Indian wine, but there is a burgeoning local scene there. And we're lucky enough to have been able to get our hands on a couple of bottles of Grover Vineyards, a Sauvignon Blanc and a red blend, which is Cabernet and Syrah. Now, these are from the Nandi Hills, which is just north of Bangalore in the south of the country. And I can't claim to know my Indian wine regions that well, but what I can tell you is that Michel Rolland, the famed French traveling consulting winemaker, was responsible for the winemaking of these wines. Now, that is generally a pretty good, gives you a pretty good idea of the sort of quality level we're talking about, because he doesn't get out of bed for less than a lot of money. So you'd hope that they've invested their money wisely and actually had the fruit to back up his expertise. So we'll start with the Sauvignon Blanc. This is a 2009 Art Collection Sauvignon Blanc from Grover Vineyards. Smells like Sauvignon Blanc. I don't know why I should be surprised, but it smells like a classic. Quite a warm climate Sauvignon Blanc. So really at the tropical end of the spectrum, we're talking about lots of passion fruit, peach, bit of mango. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people who really like this style. On the palate, getting some lovely acid through there. Quite a citrusy sort of acid, and a bit more of that passion fruit kind of flavour. It's fruity, it's light, it's refreshing. It's pretty decent Sauvignon Blanc, so well done, Michel. Decent work there on that one. Now, let's have a look at the red. Grover Vineyards La Reserve. It's a Cabernet Syrah blend. I'm not quite sure of the proportions, but let's have a look at this one. Smells a bit like a horse's ass. I have to be honest there, this is a seriously funky, dirty wine. Whew. Can't get much of the fruit there, just, you know, dirt and funk. On the palate though, that's a pretty smart conventional red. You can definitely see some of the herbaceous elements from the Cabernet overlaying some quite rich, ripe Syrah fruit. But again, like the Sauvignon Blanc, some really crisp, clean acid there as well. So it's a very light tannin, but really refreshing acidity. It's not velvety and luxurious. The label does say it combines grace and majesty on the palate. I think that's probably pushing the marketing just a little bit too far there, but certainly a really smart wine to drink. So I think you could look to Grover Vineyards with some confidence if you're thinking about finding some Indian wines. Where will you find these Indian wines is an excellent question. First of all, India. But if you can't get there, then these wines were actually sent to us from my secret wine munchkin in London. That's Gareth at Bibendum. And so can't give you an Australian stockist yet, but if you're watching this around the world, then I'm sure you'll be able to find some Grover Vineyards somewhere near you. And, you know, I think they're pretty reasonably priced. I haven't got the numbers with me, but worth looking up and certainly expanding your international wine repertoire. So score-wise, I think we're looking at a 87 for the Sauvignon Blanc and I think 88 for the La Reserve red wine. So pretty decent, not going to change the world, but certainly worthwhile if you want to see what's going on in India. Until the next stop on our travels, this has been Spit Bucket. Cheers, where I will still be spitting so that you don't have to.